Hello everyone, welcome to Fusion360 Tips. In this video we're going to be going over threads. As you can see in our last video we went over holes and how to create those in solid objects. So now we're going to go over how to add threads to those holes once you create them. So we typically would, we'll go to our create drop down, we'll go to our thread option right here. Once you have that clicked, you can go to your hole here, click on it, and boom, you have threads. Now, as you can see here, you do have threads. However, these threads are not actually going to appear, say if you were to 3D print this. It would just print the nut and the circular hole. What this does here in this CAD software is it just models it to show you what the threads would look like and to show you that it is a threaded piece. However, if you wanted this to actually be, like say, 3D printed with threads on this object, you would have to go to this checkbox here and click it. That says modeled, and once you click that, that will actually make the threads on this piece if you were to go and 3D print it. Now, as you can see here, we can go over to our thread types, and you can pretty much go through all of your standard thread sizes. You can go to your ANSI metric M profile or whatever you're really needing to use. You can go ahead and click and highlight it. You can also change the diameter of the hole. Even though you've already made your hole a certain diameter, you can in fact change the diameter by clicking on these and it will resize it to it. We'll go back to our 70 millimeters though. You can also go to your M73. I'm sorry, I'm not exactly well versed in threads and how to exactly go about making them. I'm hoping you would know something about that, however I do not. You can also choose the direction in which you want it to turn. You can do a right-handed turn or a left-handed turn, which is opposite than your standard screws. Here's a checkbox here that is to remember size. So if you were to say create this nut here, you could highlight this box, and if you were to go to say a bolt, you could, I believe, click on the bolt where you want to make the threads and it should remember. So I have an example right here, so go ahead and test it out. We'll go ahead and hit remember and now hit OK, and as you can see, these threads are modeled on your nut here. So yeah, those will show up if you were to 3D print it. Now we will go over to say this. So of course this is an inside thread. Now we can do an outside thread on a bolt. So it's basically done the same thing, the same way. You can hit threads, go over to the part of which you want to add threads to, and boom, you can now have threads on your screw. And I believe, as we have in our checkbox here, everything is the same as it is over here. I'm pretty sure it is, if I'm remembering correctly. Now, of course, if you do know a little bit about tolerancing, you know that you will have to do a little bit of finagling to make these threads work inside of each other, because if you, let's just say if you were, for example, this isn't using threads, you were to make a hole that is 70 millimeters, and then you were to make a pin that was also 70 millimeters, or 69 millimeters, you would have to obviously account for the space in order for it to slide through, because it's not as simple as it seems where you just cut back a few millimeters and be able to shove it through. There's a lot of other things to take into consideration there. It's a lot more in depth. I would encourage you to go look into that stuff, because I myself am not very well versed in that field right there. But when you are done, you can hit OK, and you have a modeled bolt and a nut that you can use and print for your 3D printer. I believe that's all that we need to cover as far as threads go in this video. So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to go over next in our next video. Could be emboss, or it could be these pre-made 3D shapes, or it could be patterns and mirrors. I haven't decided yet, so it'll be a surprise to you. So once again, like always, thanks for watching. If these videos are helpful, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and just thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.